everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing it very well today, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Natalie Jade and it's so good to have you here. So I haven't uploaded for a little while now, so I thought today would be a really good chance to just sit down, do a natural everyday makeup look and to just have a bit of a chatty video. So I hope you do all enjoy this. If you do, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button, leave me a lovely little comment to read later on, and do not forget to hit that subscribe button because it helps us out so much. But without further ado, let's get straight on with today's video. So as I said, I haven't filmed in a little while now. I've not been uploading on this channel. That's mainly just because I've been so busy with other social media. For example, my TikTok has been doing so well, which I'm so grateful for, but I've just not had time for YouTube. So I thought it'd be a really good chance to just kind of sit down and just do a nice chatty get ready with me and a bit of an updated everyday makeup look. So I'm going to zoom you guys in and we're going to get primed and get started. So the primer I'm going to be using is this one here. This is the MUA Pro Base Primer. This one is really good. They do 4 different ones. This one's a mattifying one. I tested all of them out, but this is the one that I like the most. Some had a bit of funky smells, some just weren't the right texture, but this one is perfect for my skin. I've been testing it out for about a week now and it is really nice. The main reason I actually bought this was because on TikTok I've been going through primers so quickly, so I thought I really want a cheaper one that's still good quality. This was only £4. It's either £4 or £4.50, which is at least half the price of my usual primers, and it is so good. So this is what we're going to be using. It has added vitamin E and smoothing spherical powder particles in. So I'm just going to get some of this. Yeah, also a little bit also goes a long way. So I'm just going to start to apply this, but I find it so moisturising, as well as it just gives me a really nice finish for my makeup. Now my face is all primed and ready. I'm actually going to start with my eyes first, which is a habit I've got into in the last month or so. I've been doing my eye makeup before the rest of my face just because I like to use my eye stencils because they make my wing on my eyes just so much more flawless. But then I don't want it to take off the rest of my makeup underneath, and also it prevents fallout too. So we're using the Beauty Bay Eye Base. This is an eye primer. This is so good. It's so affordable. It's just like a P. Louise dupe. I do love the P. Louise one, but at the moment I've been going through those way too fast. So this is one that I've been using. It is so good. I think I got the shade 2, is it? It doesn't say on the actual packaging what shade it is, which is a little bit annoying, but it might have just rubbed off because I've used this so much because it is so good. And now to blend it all in, I'm taking this brush here, which is the 308 by Real Techniques. I'm just going to start to tap this all into place. Just make sure I've got a nice good coverage, and then once I've done that, I'm just going to pat over it really gently with a beauty blender just to make sure it's all smooth and ready to go for my eyeshadow. So I'm just making sure this is all spread out. I never ever used to use a brush when doing primer, concealer, foundation, anything like that, but recently I've got really got into using a brush. I don't know what it is, I just think it gives such a more flawless kind of finish. Now my eyes are all primed, I'm gonna go in with my eye sticker. These are just from Amazon. They're so good. You can get like 200 for £10, something like that, and they're so good. They just make such a flawless wing and they're just the best stencils. So I'm just gonna apply this to my eye now. I like to do one eye at a time because it just makes it easier, plus then I can reuse the stickers. So I'm just going to stick this underneath my lashes there. Just like that. And what we're doing is like a natural everyday kind of look. So I'm going to go with some nudes. I feel like I've done so many colourful looks recently that I want to kind of strip it back and do something nice and kind of like natural and a little bit more glam. The palette we're going to go with today is going to be the Beauty Bay Identity palette. This is absolutely stunning. It's got so many good shades in. It's really good for like your neutrals and warm tones. We're going to start off with this shade up here, which is Crease 7. It's such a nice like warm kind of brown. We're going to start off with the darker shades and work our way lighter and blend it that way. I'm really excited to do this. I love this palette. It's got some beautiful shimmers at the bottom here that I can't wait to use. I haven't dived into this palette in a little while, but I've never ever been disappointed by Beauty Bay products. I've been using their products and their palettes all of the time lately. I've just got a bit of product on my brush here, and we're using the 301 brush by Real Techniques. And I'm just starting to tap this and apply this right to the outer corner where that wing is. Just make sure this is nice and secure there. I'm just going to start to build this up on the wing. Now that that colour is laid down, I'm going to go with a slightly lighter shade. I'm going to go in with the shade that was above that one, so 7 Transition, just to help with the blend. So I'm going to start to blend this around the edge a little bit there, and then we're going to start to bring this through my crease. I'm using the same brush, I've just cleaned it off. And you know what, this is a little bit random and a little bit off topic, but one of the best things that I found for brush cleaners, when you're just in the middle of a video or in the middle of a look and you just want to give it a quick clean, not a permanent solution, just a really quick clean, is this here. This is a silicone pan cleaner for like pans that you cook in, and I just saw it in the shop and I'm like, do you know what, that'd be so good for just cleaning a little bit of product off. This is literally so good. Obviously not as a permanent solution, as just to clean in between your colours, just to wipe your brush on there, and then you don't get pigment transfer from other shades when you're trying to do a look. Just a little side note, something that I really find useful. So now those colours have been laid out, this is how my eye is looking. It's looking like a mess, but it's fine. We've just got to trust the process. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this shade here, which is base number 1. It's a really light, almost a white shade, a little bit creamy. And I'm taking the Spectrum B07 brush, which is a really nice one. Just got a little bit of product on there, and I'm going to really lightly blend around these edges. I'm just going to keep doing this until I'm happy with the blend. So this is now what my eye's looking like. I've done a little bit of blending, we've got the colour in there. It looks a little bit messy, but just trust the process with me right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this dark shade from the palette here. This one is number 7 and it is in the liner. So we're going to take this brush here, which is an angled liner brush. Just going to tap this into here. This is from Nia, by the way. I'm going to tap that into there. I'm just going to use this and follow this outline from the stencil to do liner. This is going to help with the shaping. So I'm just going to follow this through really gently. Don't want it to be too thick, but I want it to really kind of define my eye shape. I'm taking it up to about halfway up that stencil there, and then following it back along my eyeline a little bit. So now that that is done, I'm going to take this eye sticker off, and it's kind of left us with that nice wing shape. Gonna really quickly hop off camera, do the other eye, and then we're gonna keep going. Add a bit of shimmer. I also want to use the Cut Crease Carver by P. Louise because it is so good. But this is just the start. This is how it's looking. I'm gonna hop off, do this eye, and we'll be right back. So this is now what my eyes are looking like, and we're going to move on to eyebrows before I do my actual face and my base. So for my eyebrows today, I'm going to be using the Morphe Eyebrow Gel. I absolutely love this. It is so good. I don't really do a lot with my eyebrows, if I'm honest. I just kind of use a little bit of eyebrow gel to get them a little bit more matching, a little bit in place, and that's about all I do. Realistically, I probably should do more, but I'm just not a big eyebrow kind of person. I felt this one's darker than the other one today, so I should probably fill this one in. But we're just going to leave it like this, nice and natural. That's all we're going to do with them. So the foundation we're going to use today is the Revolution IRL Foundation. This is genuinely my ultimate favourite right now. It's £9.99. My other favourite foundation is the NARS one, however that is so much more pricey. This is £9.99. I got this in the shade F7 for anyone that might be wondering. It is such good coverage. It's supposed to be the like filter foundation, so it's supposed to look like you've got a natural filter on your face, and honestly it is really good coverage. Looks really good. So I'm just going to get a couple of pumps of this onto my hand. I actually had to stop using this because I was using it in every single makeup look I did, so I was going through it way too quickly. So this is just what it looks like on the back of my hand. It's got a lovely texture, and I'm just going to start to apply this in little dots around my face. Let's just get a little bit all over my face. I use my fingernail to apply it. Let's just apply little bits at a time. And then I use a brush to blend it all in. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to use a brush. I'm just going to go in with this one here. This is a Soul Beauty flat top buffing brush, F01. It's really good. And then I'm just going to start to blend it in, and you'll see what I mean by how beautiful the coverage is. Like, it is just, look at that. It's literally just so smooth and flawless. I'm so obsessed with it. This is what it looks like now it's all blended in. It's got a really glowy finish, but it just looks so flawless and just a great start and a great base. Now I'm going in with the e.l.f. concealer. This is my absolute favourite. No matter what, this is my favourite. My biggest like facial flaw, my biggest insecurity about my face is my under eye bags, because they are just so prominent, they're so dark, and my eyes are so puffy as well, and it's with allergies too, and it's so annoying. So concealer is so important to me with my confidence. So I'm just applying some here and here. I'm going to apply a tiny bit down the middle of my nose as well, just help shape that. And then what I'm going to do is start to blend it in. I'm going to use the same brush that I use for my eye base to blend in, and then we're going to go over the sponge just to make sure it's nice and smooth. So I'm just using this brush here, and just a reminder, this is the 308 by Real Techniques. Do you know, Real Techniques brushes, especially the eye brushes, are just unreal. You see what I mean with my eye bags there? They just dip so much. It's not even about them being that dark, they just dip. Like, there's a physical dip in my face. So that's why I'm more insecure about them. But yeah, concealer doesn't really do it that much, but it still helps to cover them. And now that's all blended in, I'm going to set my under eyes. I don't often do this, if I'm completely honest, unless I'm actually doing a look that I'm going to keep on for a while, because usually I do a makeup look and after about 10 minutes I take it off and do my next one. So it's kind of pointless setting my under eyes. But this one that I use, it's the Huda Beauty powder. This is in the shade Sugar Cookie. Really like this. This has lasted me the longest time ever. And the best way that I like to do it, sometimes I use a brush, but today I'm going to use a sponge. I'm just going to take this beauty blender and tap it into there, and then start to just pack this under my eye. Like I said, I have a lot of problems with my under eye bags, so I do feel like this does help. I'm just going to really pack that in there. Do the same thing on my other eye, and I'm going to leave it for a few minutes before we wipe it away. And then I'm going to do a little line down my nose as well. Since we're baking, I might as well do my nose. So this is how it looks. It looks a little bit crazy. I'm going to leave it for a couple of minutes, then we're going to wipe it away. But while we're leaving it to bake, I'm going to show you the next product that we're going in with, which is going to be my contour. I use this every single day. Like, this is my ultimate favourite contour. Don't know what it is about it. It's just got such a good texture. Blends so well, and the shade is just perfect for me. So this is the bronzer. This is Revolution. You can see how much I've used this. The lid has come off and it is just a bit of a mess. This is the Revolution Mega Bronzer in the shade 02, which is warm. It's just a really good one. I've got so much product. I literally use this every single day, and I've got so much left still. So this is what we're going to use, and we're going to be using another Real Techniques brush. And this is what I'm going to use, which is the R2004. So pretty, it's like a unicorn kind of theme. So what we're going to do, wait 2 more minutes, let this kind of bake for a bit, brush it off, and then I'm going to go in with that contour. Just using this kind of fluffy brush here to wipe away any of the excess powder that we don't need. It's a really nice brush. This is the powder brush, which is the 201 by Real Techniques. Now I'm going to go in with that contour that I told you about. So I'm just grabbing that brush. I'm just going to take a little bit. I don't like to go too heavy. I used to be super heavy with my bronzer and contour, but now I'm trying to be a little bit lighter. Just going to take this. And then just keep blending it until I'm happy with it. I want to do another YouTube video where I do testing more TikTok hacks. So let me know if that's something you're interested in, because I really want to do it. I really enjoyed the last one we did. And I've seen so many new TikTok hacks lately as well. I think it'll be really fun. Just going to keep blending this here. And then a little bit on my forehead too, which you can't even see. I also want to mention my eyes aren't actually finished. We're going to do a couple more finishing touches. We're going to use my cut crease carver, get some glitter in there, use some P. Louise in there, so they're not actually finished. Those were just the bits that we needed to do before my base went on. For my blush, I'm going to take one out of this quad palette. This is so pretty. It's called Rebel, and it's a really nice tone. So I'm going to take that, and I'm just going to use this brush here, which is another Real Techniques one. This is the 206. Just tapping into there, and then really lightly going to buff this into my skin. It just brings a little bit more colour in and brings me to life a little bit more. A little bit on the edges of my nose, and then up here as well. Been using the blushes made by Mitchell's Blushes, and oh my god, they are so good. I've got the 6 set, which I managed to get for £17, which is such a good deal. And then I got his Milk Trio as well, which I got for £5. They're all on TikTok Shop. You can find them on my TikTok shop, but you can also find them on like just his TikTok shop. They are so good. Also, if you're a first time buyer, I think you can get one blush for like a couple of pounds right now, so run and get them. They're so good. For my highlight, I'm going to use this Ofra one. This is really nice. This is the mini highlighter in Rodeo Drive. It is such a pretty one. It's so gorgeous. I hadn't used this in a long time. The other day I was doing a full makeup clear out, and if you want to see a makeup storage video, let me know as well, because I've been thinking about filming that. And I found this one, and I remember that I've not used it in the longest time, but it is absolutely stunning, and it blends so seamlessly into your skin. So this is what we're using. Look at that. It's so beautiful, and it just blends just so seamlessly. It is genuinely just blinding. It's so gorgeous. And then I'm just going to apply it over here as well. Look at that. Literally so obsessed. It's just so beautiful. Like, how did I forget this existed? I've literally no idea how I forgot about this. It is just absolutely unreal. You can't see it as much on this side. That's just because of the lighting right now and that angle I'm sat at. But it's just stunning. Like, I'm so obsessed. These are very pricey. When I first bought this, I got it off Beauty Bay and it was in a sale. I think I paid like £15 for it or something stupid. Like, it was so expensive. I assumed when it came it was going to be more this size, and it came and it was this size, and I was like, that is tiny. Like, look how small it is, like, compared to my brush. Like, it is tiny. I thought it was going to be so much bigger, but a tiny bit does go a long way with this, and it is just beautiful. Like, I love highlight. I've got some really good highlights, but this one, the difference between this and the others is this just blends seamlessly. Like, oh, look at that. Effortlessly blends. Now that my base is finished, I want to finish my eyes off. So what we're going to be using is an absolutely incredible product. This is the P. Louise Cut Carver. I bought this recently. I managed to get it in a sale for £7.50, but it does retail at £15. This is what it looks like inside. It's a bit like a Vaseline kind of texture, but it is so good. So it helps to remove product where you don't want it. So if you want to do a cut crease, for example, you can apply the cut carver first, and you can line where you want it to be, and then it removes the product from underneath, which is so good. So that's what we're going to be using. I'm just grabbing this flat brush here. This is just a 06 shader. I don't know who by though. And it's just a good flat brush, which is what we want. I'm just going to dive into this and just get a little bit of product. You don't need a lot for this. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to zoom you guys even more so you can actually see better what I'm actually doing here. You're super zoomed. I do apologise, but you need to be able to see what I'm doing with this. So I'm going to take this brush and I'm just going to start where the crease is. I'm just applying this where we want our cut crease to go. And I'm doing it up to just about like 2/3 point on my lid there. We don't want it to go any further than that. You can see that the makeup's already started to melt away. I'm just going to get a compound and just remove that makeup there. This also smells really good. Can't decide what it smells of, maybe like cocoa, but it just smells so good. And then we're removing that excess makeup there. So it's just kind of left us with that little line. So now that I've removed some of that makeup, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that Beauty Bay eye base again and just get some onto the back of my hand. I'm going to grab a flat eye brush and then I'm going to fill in that gap. So basically doing the cut crease with it. I just find that that really helps before you do cut crease to apply that. I'm using a Spectrum, is it? No, it's a Soul Beauty brush, sorry. And it's F05. I absolutely love Soul Beauty brushes, but you can't actually get them anymore, which is so sad. So I'm just going to start to outline this here. Looks so bright, but it will calm down, so it's fine. So I'm just going to start to tap this there and just do it to about 2/3 along. And then something that I actually learned recently, which probably everyone already knows, I learned it on a P. Louise live, that is tapping out and blending out the edge of your cut crease there. Makes it so much more smooth. I used to try to do it the opposite way around, so I'd use shadows trying to blend it in, but if you tap it out it makes it so much better. So I've done that. I'm now going to do my other eye. Love this brush. It's just so flat and it's just a perfect shape. I really want to try Made by Mitchell's brushes, but I've just not got around to it yet. Plus I cannot afford them right now, but I really want to try them. I think everything by Made by Mitchell is just so aesthetically pleasing. Like, I really, really like the look of it all. But this is now how it's looking. I'm just going to blend this one out on the edge again. And then I'm going to let this just dry. So it's still a little bit tacky, but not like solid, wet eye primer on my eye. And then we're going to add a little bit of shimmer. So while that dries, I'm going over with that same dark shade, the first one I went in with, and I'm just really gently tapping it into that outer third that we left and where that blend is, just to emphasize that colour a little bit more. I'm just tapping into that on this side as well, just on that very outer third. And then we're going to move on to the shimmer. I have the perfect palette for this. It is a Revolution one. This is the palette. It's the Forever Flawless Into the Night palette. And the shade we're going to go in with is this one up here, which is a super bright white shimmer. So this one's going to go in my inner corner and in that kind of like inner third of that colour there. And then we're going to use a little bit of a dark one to kind of transition it into that dark brown. So just using this one first. It is such a beautiful shimmer. Like, it's just unreal. And then it's going to be so pretty. It's like an inner corner highlight as well. This is just a pure white shimmer. I think it's probably one of my favourite ones I've got because it's just so pigmented. And it's just so bright. So next we're going to go in with this shade here. It's the Pop number 3 from the Identity palette. It's this beautiful kind of like, it's this really pretty one. It's kind of like a nude shimmer. And I'm just going to apply this right in the centre of between, and I'm just applying this between that white shimmer and between the shadow we've got. So it just kind of creates a bit more of a transition between the two. I'm going to do the same thing on my other lid. And then I'm probably going to go over with that white shimmer again and just apply that on the edge there so it's got a more of a smooth kind of like transition between the two. For my mascara, I'm going in with the Kind of Free by Rimmel. This is a really, really nice one. I've been using this one and the Ariane Beauty recently. They are so good. I'm just going to apply this to my eyes. It's really weird because when I used to film, I used to have a mirror so I could see what I was doing, but now I don't. So I've got the viewfinder a little bit, so I keep glancing up at that. But I still can't really see because the viewfinder is so small. I also wanted to mention, if you do like this look and you want to see it a little bit up close and in better lighting, I film this over on TikTok as well, so do not forget to check me out over there. It is NatalieJadeOnline, but I'll put it all on screen and below for you guys anyway. But this mascara is just so nice and it wasn't too expensive either. And then for my final step, I'm using the Kendall x Kylie Lip Kit. This is absolutely amazing. This is my absolute favourite thing at the moment. This one is in the shade Iconic Duo. They brought out a trio of lip products. These are so good. This one is just so good for my natural lip colour. So I just apply this. And it's just so nice. Like, it doesn't look over the top, it doesn't look extra, but it's just a bit of nice lip products in there. I don't like lip products that are over the top and bright red. They just don't suit my face. They just don't look good on me. Other people look amazing on, but me, they just don't suit me at all. But this one is like one of the ones that I really, really like. It's a little bit more pricey, but I really like it. I've been using it literally every single day. So that's how it looks when it's on. It's really nice. Like, it's not sticky. It's a lot more matte than a lot of other products are. But yeah, I really, really like it. So that is everything. That is my full face natural makeup routine done. A little bit more of a chatty, relaxed video. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this. Don't forget, I also have this video over on TikTok in a story time version. So make sure you check that out if you haven't already. But that is it from me for today. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been so good to be back and I'm hoping to be a lot more consistent from now on. I do apologise for the like 3-week gap in videos. But thank you so much for being so patient with me and I hope to see you all next time. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button, leave me a lovely little comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content just like this. And I hope to see you all later on. Bye!